Alright, back again with me. So this time I will talk about the study of phonology, which about sound. So in phonology there are two sounds, which is the first is consonant sounds and vowel sounds. But this time I will just break down about the consonant sound. The first I will talk about the classification of consonant sounds. The first, there are place of articulation, manner of articulation, and poised or poiseless. And then what is the place of articulation? First, we can see there is bilabial, which is articulated by our two lips in words pursue. And then there are labiodental, which is articulated by the lower lip against the upper teeth, as in cough. And then there are dental, which is articulated by the tip of our tongue against the upper teeth, as in sound and the word thick. And then there are alveolar, which is articulated by the tip of the tongue against the teeth ridge. So our teeth ridge is touching our tongue. So it's like as in no. Just as simple as that. Next, there are post-alveolar, which is articulated with the tip of our tongue held close to the back of the teeth ridge, as in as in word shot, brush. As simple as that. And then there are palatal, which is articulated by raising the front of our tongue towards the hard palate. So in sounds like y, as in word yes. So there are velar, which is articulated by raising the back of our tongue towards the soft palate. So in words, in sound like So when we try to pronounce it in words, it's like going, and uncle. And then the glottal, which is articulated by our glottis, and the glottis is the sounds is just come out just like that, as in from the glottis, as in hello, hi, and so on. Next, there are manner of articulation, which is a passage of the air in our mouth, the articulation of the consonant. The first, there are stop. Stop consonant occur when the vocal tract is closed completely. So, for example, like pursue. So it's closed completely. Our vocal tract closed completely. P, t. So it's like that. So the next is there are affricates. Affricates consonants start as stop sounds with air building up behind an articulator, which then slow releases. The sound is slow releases. For example, in words ch, ch. So it's in word chick and sound ch. So it's like that. As simple as that. Next, I will talk about the fricative. Fricative sounds involve it's a partial blockage of the vocal of our vocal tracts, so that the air must be forced out through the narrow passage in the mouth. For example, like fan. So it's the air is out from the narrow passage in our mouth, like from here. Sh, So it sounds like for example, in F, fan, cough. And then there are lateral consonant when the tongue blocks the middle of our mouth, so that the air has to pass around the sides. For example, like in luck. So there are also the nasal. Nasal consonants are created when you completely block airflow through your mouth and let the air pass through your nose. So it's like, for example, in sounds mat, clam, or calm. Well, it's words in sounds And then there are approximants. Approximants happen when two articulars are close together but not close enough to create air because we have to uh, let out the air. And the tongue never actually comes in contact with the top of your mouth. For example, like w, 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 wet, wet. And then there are the states of glottis. States of glottis, and there are two, voiced and voiceless consonant. Voice is when you can feel a vibration in your glottis. You can put your hand on this, and then you can feel when you try to make a sound. It you can feel it. It have a vibrates, and then when you try to pronounce the sounds like there are no vibrations. So that's all I think. So thank you for this attention. Thank you so much. Goodbye.